exclusively on Gearz.
We'll just stop the John Cicada song for you.
Vintage small city car. What's going to win?
Who?
Come, Steve.
Hey,
Steve, not answering the phone.
I can hear you.
All right, let's figure out what's going on with Steve.
He's got the delay.
I can hear you guys.
Can you hear us now?
I can hear you.
Yes, Stevie, how are you, man? Good to see you. Last week we didn't see you.
I'm here. How's it, Sasha?
Very, very well. Did you hear my review on the Peugeot RCZ?
I didn't actually. Did you like it?
Yes, I did. Well, I liked the look of it, and I liked the way that it drives in terms of its little accelerations and those kind of things. But the inside is designed by, I think, a person with fly eyes, long arms, and very short legs.
You mean like a Frenchman?
Very much so. Anyway, so that was my take. Tell me about your dilemma you have.
Well, I've been a lifelong car fan, and the bigger, the more powerful, the better. But I don't know if it's a factor of my age and my growing responsibility. But these days, I'm beginning to kind of realize that there are green issues that we need to think about in terms of our cars. I've also become quite a keen mountain biker over the last couple of years. So I do a lot of mountain biking too, and a lot of cycling. And I do all those kind of city rides and stuff like that. So I find myself sort of more and more facing this kind of dilemma of powerful car versus should I be more responsible and get like a nice little city car. And it's kind of come to a head this last week because I've had two of those cars to drive, and I'm trying to figure out which one I like the most. Well, I know which one I like the most. Is which one I should actually have if I had to choose.
I'm getting very worried about you, Steve. Very, very. This mountain biking. I mean, next minute you're going to be telling me that all you're going to eat is vegetables or something.
No, I do still eat meat. I've had too many conversations with Professor Noakes to realize that we were never designed to eat vegetables, really.
Hey, have you eaten horse?
Horse?
Yeah.
Jeez, my daughter would never speak to me again. She's an avid horse rider.
So but I mean, listen.
I've not knowingly eaten horse. But I probably actually have. I didn't realize it.
All right. Okay. Never mind the horse. Tell us about your two cars.
Okay. So the first car was the Chevy Trailblazer, which you've seen riding around the roads these days.
Yes.
Pretty big car. It's a kind of Toyota Fortuner competitor. Lots of space. Big, high, diesel engines. Handles like a bus. Looks a bit like a bus. Has the carbon footprint of a small oil tanker. But look, it's a hell of a functional car. And this is like the irony of my dilemma is that it takes my mountain bike in the back. I don't have to undo anything. I just flip the seats down. I can basically I can cycle into this car, the back of this car, basically.
Ah.
So there's that.
Yes.
And it's not a great car to drive. It's like it does sound and handle like a bus. And I don't know what you think, but it's not the best looking automobile I've ever seen.
Yeah, I'm beginning to like the looks of the Chevys, but yeah, the Trailblazer, it's just a little boxy. But I understand what you're saying. It doesn't grip me to sit there and get in and go. When you put your foot down, you feel as though you're in a rumbler.
Yeah, I drove the bottom of the range 4x2 with a 2.5 liter turbo diesel in it.
Okay.
It's a pretty agricultural engine, but it's got bags of torque. I mean, it really does have a surprising amount of power, which I always appreciate in a car. You don't really have to work the gearbox too much to sort of stay in the power band.
With you.
It has that benefit. But it wallows a little bit, as I suppose you'd expect from these kind of cars. It doesn't look as good as the Captiva, and I agree with you. I do like Chevy's new styling direction. Most of the cars I like, actually. The Captiva is a pretty cool-looking SUV. This one's a bit slab-sided, I think. Didn't be on the list.
Yeah, so now you've got this dilemma. So you can fit your whole mountain bike into the back of this one, and then now what's the other car, which I assume you have to take every single bolt off the mountain bike to just try and get it close?
Well, the other car was Honda's new little city car, the Brio.
Okay, I don't know it.
Pretty much, I could have actually stuck on the back of my mountain bike. I mean, it's really tight. No chance in hell of me getting any part of my mountain bike in this car at all. A little 1.2 engine, fairly, I mean, as you'd expect from Honda, it's a great little engine.
Yeah.
Dishes out like, what is it, 65 kilowatts, VTEC technology. So it's an impressive high revving little thing. It's very small though. I mean, you're looking at like 161 liter boot, which I think would fit my backpack and my cycling shoes, and probably maybe my helmet, but that's about it. Handles quite well. It's a little bit choppy. It's because it's such a small wheelbase. But it's a real fuel sipper. I mean, we're looking at like probably 5.5 liters per 100.
Sure.
We're looking at closer to 8.5 for the diesel Trailblazer. So there are big considerations with this car. I don't know. I can't make up my mind which one I would get. I know my conscience says one thing, but my heart and my practical applications of my life say the other. I don't know. What would you do?
You know what? I mean, if you had said to me, 5 liters to 100 on the little Honda and 12 liters to 100 on the Chevy, then I would sit there and say, okay, there's no contest. But there's not much of a difference, specifically for what you're getting in terms of the practicality of the Chev, as opposed to look at me, I'm trying to do something nice for the eco environment down in Cape Town.
Yeah. Look, I think it's a growing dilemma for me. I think if I'm honest, I'd probably still opt for the bigger car.
Yes, Steve.
It's on my radar, though, Sasha. It's on my radar. I got to say, green issues in motor cars are definitely on my radar. But I mean, it's happening everywhere. Look at Formula One. I mean, we are looking at greener issues there.
Fantastic.
We're looking at every new supercar's coming out with some kind of hybrid system. How green that really is, I mean, you and I both know that's a bit of bollocks, actually. But it shows a mind shift, I think.
Listen, the Ferrari F12, which is soon to be launched in South Africa, is Ferrari's most eco-friendly V12 they've ever made.
Yeah.
I think,
what does that mean, though?
I think that's going in the right direction somewhere. Oh, my word. All right, Steve. Well, listen, I think, I mean, I admire you for having a conscience about this kind of a thing. I'm going with the big Chevy. Sorry.
Look, the other thing for me is that I've been a long-time Honda fan. I really like their cars.
Yes.
I think that they're quite sort of honest cars. They're like, what you see is what you get with them. They've got great service. They just do not break down. And I've owned two. In fact, my wife currently drives a little Honda Gearz because she drives around. She doesn't drive more than like a 20-kilometer radius around the city bowl. So
yeah,
I kind of think it's perfect. I love the cars, but yeah, I think I'm more of a kind of moustache guy. I need to have a ballsier car.
Well, listen, if she's got the Gearz, you've got 100 in the family already. You've got to get the Chevy.
That's a good point, like a bit of a yin-yang thing going on.
Exactly. Now, listen, I agree with you. Honda, when it comes to engines, there's not many better in the world, that's for sure.
You solved my problem. Thanks.
Okay, no problem. Steve, always good to chat to you, my friend. Of course, next week we'll find something else to chat about. Maybe I'll try and get into this kind of dilemma. I'll see if I should be driving a 6.3-liter Ferrari as opposed to, let's say, a 4.8-liter Maserati, just to see the difference in the size of the engine, whether or not it's going to make me greener.
I don't think I can talk to you anymore.
Have a beautiful day, my friend.
You too, Sasha.
Okay, cheers.
At the next intersection, turn on Gearz with Sasha Martinengo. Weekdays from 12 to 2 p.m. Central African Time.